Some other old stories. I talked to Dennis Condrey a couple days ago, and he's doing well. He's like me, staying away from everybody because he had the treatments for his cancer several years ago, and so he's staying away from everybody, mowing the yard and being peaceful at home. But every time we talk about old stories, right? And you remember when this happened? You remember when that happened? We did this. And somehow, I can't even remember what story led us to it, but goddamn, I was laughing till my face was hurt because he reminded me, and then I told him back the story of, did I ever tell you when Bobby Eaton in 1983 agreed to dog sit for Bill Dundee?
No, you did not. Okay.
Well, it helps everybody to know that Bobby Eaton, as many people have said, is the nicest guy in the history of the wrestling business. And we've told stories how we'd go to the store to get some beer after a match, and he'd see a homeless bum, and he'd end up buying the guy groceries and beer and patting him on the back and shaking his hand in new clothing, whatever. Whenever you ask Bobby Eaton to do anything for you, his first reaction is immediately yes. And how can I do this? And how quick can I do this? Let's go do it right now. Whether it's to help you out something or jump your car or fix a flat or borrow something. We've talked about, he had those big bags where, he'd hand out a dozen towels every night to guys. Well, in this case, it was the Thanksgiving time of 1983. We had just gone down, done our first Mid-South television taping in Shreveport for Watts. And all of us were living in Nashville because we were all going down as part of the talent trade. Me, Bobby Eaton, Dennis Condrey, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, Terry Taylor, Buddy Landell, and Bill Dundee was going to be the booker. So we go down and do our first TV, which was the day before the Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve night, right? The day before Thanksgiving. We did 2 tapes, and then Thanksgiving, we flew back home to Nashville, and Dundee invited us over to his house to have dinner. And we did. That was very nice of him. And then it helps you also to know that Bobby had just become Dundee's son-in-law. That's when he and Donna, Dundee's daughter, had just been married, a year and a half or whatever at that point. So now the following week, we're off. We're still working the Tennessee territory. We're not going back to Louisiana, but Dundee has to go back to Louisiana. Actually, I think he was going to Oklahoma to work with Watts for a week. He was going to be the new booker. He's coming in. They're going to get all their stuff set, right? So he's going to Oklahoma to meet with Watts for a week, and he's taking Beverly, his wife, because she's probably going to go down to Louisiana, look around for some places to fucking live, etc. This big move that's going on. And that's going to leave, since we're all still in town, but Dundee's going to be gone for a week and nobody at the house except for Dundee's huge, giant fucking pit bull. This goddamn dog had a head the size of a fucking toilet seat and these big paws. And if it's reared up on its hind legs, it was as tall as you were, right? A big, mean sounding pit bull. And it helps for this story also to know that Bobby Eaton is scared of big, mean dogs, right? He's not scared of dogs in general, but big, mean dogs like Arnold Steiner, the Steiner brothers pit bull that used to chase him around the fucking locker room and out in the building. And Arnold could work. So imagine a big fucking big ass pit bull that can't work. So Bobby is sitting in the locker room one night, and Dundee goes up to him and he says, will you take care of my dog? I can't remember what the dog's name was, but take care of my dog, Butte. You got to take care of my dog, feed my dog, water my dog, come over, make sure he's okay. Okay, Bill, I'll do it. Well, then over the course of building this up over a couple of days, every time that Dundee would see Bobby, he'd talk about how many times he need to come over and what he need to feed him, how much water he need to give him, whether he need to let him out. And he said, now, remember, you can't let him out, because if I'm home, I let him out. I can get him back. He'll come back if I want. But if you let him out, you can't let him out. He'll just goddamn run off. He'll be gone. Okay, Bill. So he's got all over all these details. And finally, it's almost time for Dundee to leave, and that's when he hit him with the big news. He said, now, Butte, and I can't do the accent, but he said, Butte, here's the thing. You're going to feed him. You're going to water him, but you can't let him out. So I'm going to be gone for a week. And the thing is, when I'm home and I let him out, he goes out around the neighborhood and he does his fucking business. He finds some girl dog and he fucks the girl dog, and then he comes back. But you can't let him out. So you're going to feed him and you're going to water him. But if he doesn't come for a whole week that I'm gone, he's going to get fucking mean and he's going to fucking bite your ass and attack you. So at least twice during the time I'm gone, Bobby, you're going to have to jack this dog off.
Oh, no. Come on.
And Bobby's buying it and Bobby's with it. He's like, what? No, Butte, I'm telling you. The dog's going to get mean. He's going to bite your ass. He's going to attack you. He's going to get vicious. He's going to come you're going to have to at least twice, Butte, every couple or 3 days. You're going to have to just jack him off and he'll be all right. And Bobby's like, well, goddamn, what if he bites me while I'm trying to jack him off? He won't do that. He likes it. So Bill Dundee had convinced Bobby that this dog was going to attack and potentially dismember him over the course of this week unless that Bobby jacked him off at least twice. And Bobby had gone so far as to say okay to it just to get Dundee to shut up with no intention of jacking a dog off. But now he's shitting himself that the fourth day is going to come and he don't give this dog a hand job and the dog is going to fucking attack him and fucking eat him. So finally, if it hadn't been for Dundee cracking up finally the day before he was about to leave and fucking admitting that Bobby didn't have to jack the dog off, Bobby was feeling badly because he was not going to be able to honor the request of giving his dog 2 hand jobs in the course of a week. I guess you had to be there.
Wow. What a nice guy. I tell you.
Why is there always a story about jacking a dog off in a wrestling locker room?
Well, usually the Memphis territory.
Well, Terry Funk was in Amarillo when he saw Bobby Ray Thornton, or what's his name?
He claims it was Billy Bob Thornton. I don't believe it really
Billy
was.
Bob Thornton.
It couldn't have been.
Well, that's what Terry said. We haven't heard from Billy Bob Thornton on whether he was indeed a dog jacker or not, but
There's no way to deny that without sounding like you did it. I just want to say, despite the rumors, I did not jack off a dog.
Yeah.
I have never jacked off a dog.
I don't know who this guy was going around the country saying that he saw me jacking off a dog because